But why is an Ideron in here? That's just a big hauler. Why is it in here? Mobile small warp disruptor. So, you want to talk Nerf guns? I'll tell you what. We have so many Nerf guns in this house. We've got sniper rifles. We've got pistols. I've even got a 50 cal that takes, I think, 3 or 6 D batteries. It sits on a tripod and it's belt fed. And literally, you sit there and you put your hands on the handles and it's literally electronic. It's boom, 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 boom. It's insane. My kids, they love them. They actually mod the Nerf guns so they hit you harder. They go on YouTube and they find these people that show you how to remove the air block and all this stuff. But we've had some epic Nerf gun wars in our house. Okay. Totally not a Death Star. That's fantastic. Okay, so we're gonna uncloak. Planet. Warp to 100. And hope nobody's there. Ugh. Alright, we gotta do this trick again. Nothing here. Oh man, there's nothing to scan in here. Hey, if you're new just to follow in the channel, welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad to have you here. We got a new channel here, a buddy of mine and I put together. We decided to kind of team up and join forces on a channel to get more regular content. It was a way for us to get regular content, to build a kind of a central community that we like hanging out with, and to kind of put out content for a little bit more varied gaming. And so we're just getting rolling. Pardon our dust. We're going to be putting more stuff down below the channel window there. It's going to have our schedule and things of that nature on it, our systems, and eventually we'll be hopefully doing some giveaways in the coming weeks and things of that nature as we hit follow milestones. Obviously, the 50-person milestone, 100-person milestone, we'll try to do some giveaways, even if I just do some in-game stuff initially. But we'll get all that figured out. But if you're here, feel free to hit that follow button and appreciate it. And if not, welcome here anyway. We're just doing some exploration tonight. I am what I call an old noob. I've got an old account, and I've never bothered to really sit down and learn the game properly. So I am I know enough to be dangerous, and I do mean enough to be dangerous to myself. So welcome aboard. Well, there's not much here to scan, which is not surprising because we've got other people in system, and I may bump into them. So we'll see what happens. Part of me thinks I should just pop back through the wormhole, but we'll give it a go. Ooh, that's that super scary dramatic music. I always forget to say, feel free to follow us on Twitter. Right now you're going to see a lot of just kind of our stuff getting posted out there, but I am trying to be a little more active with news and information about the games that we play. Okay. Phonetic alphabet. What is H? I forget. That's a car, you know. Huara? Pagani Huara. What do we got? Well, well, well. Nice. Good news. Let's see here. The stable wormhole is in my way. All right. JOD 856. Yep, there is definitely, I would say, probably a challenge to find that. It's kind of why I partnered up with my buddy. So, as you might guess, with his name, Preacher Man, he is a pastor. So yeah, that's cool. Send me a mail. Send me a mail. Let me see. Have you done it already? Nope, not yet. Too busy fighting that war with the kids. But yeah, we can definitely have a conversation, for sure. I mean, that's one of the things we're actually talking about here, is trying to build out kind of a network. Obviously, we're trying to get ourselves up and running first before we start looking for people to network with. But I mean, if something fits and it works, hey, you know. But definitely send me your contact, send me a mail in Twitch, and we can get chatting. Welcome to the channel if you just joined. New channel here. We're just kind of getting things together, a buddy of mine and I. And looking to put out regular content and varied content. It's kind of why we teamed up, so we can get out regular content that's different. Not always the same game. Although that is what I play right now. 856, always the same game as Eve. Glad to have you here. We like to kind of hang out and, you know, it's just like hanging out and just having fun, relaxing, chilling, shooting some b-ball outside of the pool. See, that's going to be in my mind now. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Please, relic site. Please, please, please be pirate site. Please don't be a sleeper site. Pretty please. I need one site tonight. I've been on for 2 hours and I haven't found a site that I can pick up yet. I see how these other people, they pick them up super quick. They don't. Yep. Yeah. Well, the whole idea with this channel too is part of the reason why we did this too is that you know, we've got kids, and if people, I mean, I'm a big, you could call me a small L libertarian in the sense that I believe people do whatever they want to do. It's not for me to decide what they want to do. And I follow some people that have channels that, you know, they're a great channel. They seem like great people, but, you know, they aren't, let's just say it's not a grandma could watch it type of channel. And that's fine. That's great for them. But for us, we got kids, and so, I don't know, I kind of want them to be able to watch it and hang out and maybe even be a part of it sometimes. And so it's kind of one of those things where it's like, we like a place where your grandma could watch it. You know, if your grandma was into Eve and she wanted to watch it. Of course, if your grandma was into Eve, she's really pretty cool probably. So, but that's kind of, it's a sleeper site. Another sleeper. Come on, man. Come on. It's a wormhole. This is the only other side I've got left in here to scan, and then I gotta bounce. I gotta get out of this wormhole and go find another one. Killing me. How far out we're going? There we are. But I agree, it's actually been, you know, one of those things in Eve that's been a bit challenging. You know, when you play it, you know, they tell you don't trust anyone. Well, as a noob, that can scare you off, you know. And initially, it worried me the first few times I played it, because I'm like, well, I don't want to get suckered into something and look stupid. Now I don't care. I'm an old noob, and the worst thing that's going to happen to me at this point is that I'm going to end up in a clone. I'm not flying ships that are worth billions, and I'm not taking part in massive battles, so worst thing that happens to me is somebody sends me a kill mail. You know. And I lose some money. But it's this, since I started this channel, people have been super cool, like reaching out and donating a little bit of ISK here and there, and to date, you know what? I'll take a data site at this point. I'll take anything I can scan down at this point. I was told that it's probably not the best idea, especially as a noob, or an old noob, as I call myself, to be streaming on Twitch. But you know what? If somebody's going to take the time to run me down, good on them. Although that said, I will be probably blocking where I am here and here with a stream cover up. So we'll see. I have seen some of the bigger streamers get stream sniped, but you got to take stuff like that in stride. All right, where are you? Unsecured. It's another. It is so frustrating. And there goes my dog. She has decided over the last several weeks that she has to immediately start barking when she goes outside that door. I don't know if she saw a bear, which we have plenty of in our neighborhood, or what, but she just immediately starts barking. It's quite annoying. And there's my other dog, barking because she's barking. Okay. One more D-scan before we decloak. Now, see the Sister's Core Scanner Probe. So that's interesting. So, Cobalt, something else I learned is that Sister Core Scanner Probe, they're more expensive and they're better at scanning, but one of their limitations is they can only scan sites, which means they're scanning, they're not going to see me. They can't scan other ships, I guess, is what I'm being told. So, so I'm not too worried about it. So I got my scan on. We're good. I'm going to decloak. I'm actually going to reload. I'm going to come in here. I'm going to go to my wormhole. We're going to warp to 0. Or I'm going to warp to 0 because I don't see anybody in system that I'm too worried about. At least not right now. And I think once I get in a high sec, I'm going to step away from the computer for just like 1 minute just to kind of stretch my legs and get the blood flowing a little bit again. It's Friday night. I'm not going to stop streaming until I find a relic or a data site. At least one. I've got to do something. I say that. Watch, I'll be here 3 in the morning. I can't do that. We'll see. Okay. There we are. Oh, cool. I love it when I get next to a planet that's like in a state of formation. That's neat. Okay. I'm going to cloak, guys. I will be right back. Just give me just a minute. Just a minute. And this should actually say I'll be right back. But I'm going to try this to see. Okay. Going live shortly. Stay tuned. I will be right back. There we go. I just had to stretch the legs a little bit. Say what you will, I really do love Starbucks coffee. Actually, that's not just coffee, that's mocha. And I get it, because I'm trying to drop some tonnage. Trying to get back to my playing days. Which I really didn't play. I played some sports when I was younger, but trying to get back to, you know, where I can get back to, like, there's a rock climbing gym. Here in Florida, we can't go rock climbing. We have a gym. It's a warehouse that's been set up with rock climbing. It's the only way we can do it. But I used to climb there when I was thin, and so I'm trying to get back to that where I can go back into rock climbing again. Get back into hiking. You can see my skateboard is behind me there. That's what happened. I got married, got an office job, had kids. Want to welcome you to the stream if you just stopped into the room. Venti Cafe Mocha. Yes, 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 sir. Except I switched to the Grande because I've noticed that the sugar level was too much, and I'd always leave about that much in a Venti. Wow, me too. Totally, yeah. Like, I literally, about that much. So the Venti, now I get the Grande. I get it no whip, and I get it with coconut milk. Now, that makes it a lot more expensive, but it's only 250 calories. Which is a lot, I know, so I don't do it very often, but it fits within my budget it fits within my budget on Friday nights. Yep, agreed. Okay, what are we doing? We are going to a new system. Blammo, blammo, blammo. Warp 9, Mr. Sulu. And then, I cut out the sodas. Drink plenty of water. And jump. And we soldier on. So, Cobalt, one of the guys that was in here a little earlier, he is from Proviblock, and so that is an area where they have a strict not read, don't shoot policy, so they're friendly to neutrals. And I was actually going to head that way because, as far as I know, I looked it up on this website he gave me, I do not have a kill on sight label, generally speaking. However, what we found out after a little bit of talking, since I was in Bovril, which is part of Brave, Brave basically has a kill on sight for everybody at this point. So I would be read to them. So it's probably a good thing I didn't go there this evening. However, he is saying that, he's interested in, once I'm ready to join a corp, I can chat with him. I've had a couple people offer that. He said it's a, pretty laid back. They understand real life stuff. But he also said what I should do in the meantime is go make myself my own corp. Just a kind of a single person corp, because that way I can avoid some of the taxes that I pay. I'm all for avoiding taxes, let me tell you. So I might do that. Hello. Wow. It's really close. We'll do 855 first. Formation. Expand. Roll. Down. Scan. I don't know. Maybe we can make a little small corp or something like that. Who knows? I might do it. I might not. I don't know the rules with it. I thought... So when I first started playing the game years ago, I was like, you know what? That sounds really cool. I like the whole business side of things, and the idea of making a corp really appealed to me. And then I found out a couple of things. Number one, when you make a corp that gets any size at all, you're going to get war decked. You're going to be doing a lot of metagaming. And I am probably not going to be really good at the metagame. There's a lot of spies and all this stuff. Although not that any corp I'm running is going to be big enough for anybody to care about. But that's number one. Number two, even a small corp almost becomes like a second job, from what I've heard. So that kind of warned me off from actually thinking about generating my own corp. Now I might do a small one just for tax benefits, but before I decide on a final corporation, but who knows? There's somebody in local here named Zombie Godzilla. What a name. Right, yeah. The metagame totally interests me. I love the fact that Brave knows that they're chock-a-block full of spies and that there's all kinds of metagame going on. I think it's really cool. I don't, as you say, I don't have the time for it. I just don't. I cannot drop everything at the drop at the drop of a hat and go off to fight any kind of a battle of any size. Usually, I mean, that's not to say it can't happen sometimes. But and to be fair to your corp mates, if you're going to run a corp, you need to be running a corp. All right, need a wormhole. Need a wormhole. Should have zoomed in on that. That'll do it. That'll do the trick. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Fantabulous. Pull those suckers in. Reload them. I was not cloaked. I know I'm in high sec, but I'm trying to get a habit where I cloak no matter where I am.
Warp drive active.
Caldari control tower small, not a tower. Okay. I love some of these names. Ah, looks nice and calm. Let's see here. Unknown parts of space, class 1 to class 3. Begin to decay, but it's not in its final death throes. Save location. Wormhole 16. Outside. Bombs away. Yes, yes. I know I could check that and never see that again, but I want to actually read it at some point. Oh, excuse me. Pardon me. There's an onyx in here. No clue. What do I call this? 15? 16. Cannot type this evening. Submit. I got that bad boy marked. What is an onyx? That does not look friendly. That's not friendly. Yep, we're not sticking around here. So I'm just now getting caught up on recent lore. I've been watching the scope. I don't fully know the story of the sleepers and what's going on right now, but I did watch. I've watched the last couple of scope episodes, but I'm missing pieces. Caroline, oh yeah, I heard it's some star that everybody can see from everywhere, or something like that. So I saw something about it, but I've not sat down and actually, looked through it. Have they found anything new? I need to sit down and do that. I need them to write a new novel. I'm great. They haven't had a novel come out since 2012. And I think these novels are better than... people can shoot me, but I think they're better than Star Wars. I think the whole lore of this is better than Star Wars, in my opinion. Now, I'm not a Star Wars buff, but I mean, I like Star Wars, but... Yes, I saw that. It was really actually very eerie. It was intense. It was really intense. I mean, it was really well done, actually. Yeah, an invasion. That's kind of crazy. But the part that I'm a little gray on is the whole sleepers coming and trying to find bodies or something like that. And I know the story of the Jove, where they kind of jack themselves up with genetically modified disease or something. So yeah, it's super interesting. What was it we scanned down? I don't remember which one it was. Oh, I gotta find something. Why did I do that? Yes. I know. I totally agree. I really do think that's very cool. I just think they do a fan. I'm a huge CCP fan. I mean, I've wanted to play Dust 514, and I don't have a PS3. But, and I'm very interested in Valkyrie. I think Eve is still my primary. But now that they're doing Project Legion. So have you heard about Project Legion? Well, you're an MMO guy, so... I don't know how much FPS you do. I've been FPS on console for years and years and years because, you know, wife and kids and everything. It's just a lot easier to hop on a console, play a little first-person shooter for 20 or 30 minutes, and then hop off. It's easy, you know. And so now that I'm getting back into PC gaming, you know, the Eve is where it's at, but I like the idea of first-person shooter. So I've always kind of been Call of Duty because, I mean, it's kind of blah. It's always Call of Duty. It's kind of blah. And or blah, but this Project Legion is basically Dust 514 effort being brought to the PC, is what I'm understanding. So I am looking forward to that, and I hope they still do the whole thing where there's an interaction between the Dust 514 and Eve, so that you can send contracts down planet side. Okay, so the virtual reality game, that's Valkyrie, and that's a first-person space flying game, so you're actually in a fighter. You're not in a big ship. And that's supposed to be Unreal, too. That's supposed to be really, really good. Not Unreal, the engine, but Unreal as in it looks really, really good. Alright, we're going to do 855. Zoom in. PlanetSide 2 is an amazing multiplayer shooter. I'm not familiar with PlanetSide. I'll have to check that out. There's a whole world of PC games that I know nothing about. Because on the console, there are a bunch of games, shooter-wise, but most of them it's Battlefield or it's COD. Those were the easiest ones to get into. Nope. Not interested in the combat side. Alright, what's next? Eventually I might be interested in combat side, but at this point I'm not. $264, here we go. Hey guys, if you just popped into the stream, I'd like to welcome you to Rescast TV. This is a new channel that a buddy of mine and I just started. Kind of joining forces, and the whole reason behind it is so that we can provide a little more regular content and varied content with different games. You know, we figure we could build a better community that way. Glad to have you here. Feel free to hit the like button. Or, I'm sorry, the follow button. Not the like button. It's Facebook. I can't stand Facebook. Wormhole. Alright. Hopefully this is the one that gets us to a site. I really can't believe how hard it's been for me to find this. I've found a bunch of relic sites the last couple of nights. Probably like 7 or 8. And all of them have been sleeper sites. Which I'm not. I've learned my lesson. I learned my lesson the hard way. I didn't get killed at a sleeper site, but I got hit real hard. I barely made it out alive. Okay, let's pull drones. Let's kill that. Let's reload that. And let's warp to that. I love the music in this game, but it's not something you can actually kind of bob your head to. I'm a little more, I like all kinds of music, but I like, when I'm doing this kind of stuff, or code, I like kind of electronic music. Alright, looks calm. Unknown parts of space, beginning to decay, those are all the right words. Okay, we're all set, we're going to go in. Actually, I'm going to save the location. 17. Scanning. Outside. Outside. Enter the wormhole. Uh-oh. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. I really don't know if that's a good thing or not. Territorial claim unit. Isn't that when there's a, like, literally, like, some sort of soft control thing going on? Cobalt, do you know? Okay, I don't see any ships in system, so here's what we're going to do. There are about 4 sites I can scan. So I'm going to... hopefully I don't hit anything I shouldn't hit. No ships in system that are uncloaked anyway, that I'm going to be able to see. So this territorial claim unit shows up 21 AU away. That's crazy. That's crazy. Alright, I want to do this quick. Take that down. Launch some probes. The only problem is I can't. What a neat looking plan. I can't redo my cloak for like 30 seconds. Ugh, how nerve-wracking. How nerve-wracking is that? 3 seconds. Come on, come on. Okay, I'm cloaked. Whew. Getting shot by Nerf. That's awesome. That is truly awesome. I loved having that. We haven't had a good Nerf war in the house in a while. We may have to do that soon. We need a refill. Okay. How you doing?
Good.
Okay. I'm streaming and I'm scanning. Eve. Except I'm not mining. I'm actually doing exploration. It is actually. I am enjoying it. So let's see. I'm forgetting my phonetic alphabet. What is P again? Papa Delta Tango 839. Let's hit a relic site. A pirate relic site right off the bat. Let's just do it right now. Show me, show me. $839. Come on, $839. It's a wormhole. And that's a gas site. Down to 2. Down to 2. Nothing in system, though. At least not yet. I need to look up what that territorial claim unit is. Sierra Foxtrot Charlie 744. Oh man. So we're still on 744. We're gonna go with, let's see, I was told you should always go for the further one away. So that's what we're gonna do. .744 is an unstable wormhole. Okay. Romeo Papa Quebec 905. Please be the one. Actually, I should have zoomed in on that a little bit more. That's not going to be accurate. I'm going to have to pull that one back out probably. 905, 905. Well, they're right next to each other. I don't know which ones. Alright, we'll do this one. No. I have to say, streaming with this new computer is way better than streaming with my iMac. Yes! Yes, yes, yes. Okay, sweet. It's a pirate site. It's a relic site. We're going. And it is 100%. We're pulling in probes. We're going to do another scan. Drop that off. Boom. Warp to 50. Yes, yes, yes. Finally got a relic site. Man. 2 hours and 42 minutes almost. You just joined the stream. I want to welcome you. Welcome to Rescast TV. It's a new channel a buddy of mine and I have put together. Okay. What in the world is that thing? Oh, okay. Alright, let's be quick about this. Distance. Approach. Warp. Scan. Can I cloak when I'm doing this? I can. Finally a relic site. Giddy up. Go. Oh, I see. Because I'm cloaked, I can't do my afterburner. Alright, I'll take cloak off. Yes, Nightbot. Good. Thank you for reminding me, Nightbot. Even though you were late to tonight's stream. Rescast TV Gaming is our YouTube channel. Right now, it's basically our streams, but we do hope to do some original, actual content in there. I'd like to do some guided content. No, that's not what I want to do. Whoa, 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 whoa. Easy, cowboy. Oh, I can't stay locked when I'm cloaked. I forgot about that. Dang it. I just gotta watch D-scan, that's all. These are all these rookie moves that I'm doing that are costing me all kinds of time. Alright, one. Nice. Nice. 2. 1. 4, 3. Ay, caramba, that's not good. Those things stink. Come on, come on. Dang it, another one. Gonna go this way. It's annoying. There it is. Sweet. Hacked. Almost a mil. I'll take that. Alright. Welcome to the stream. If you just stopped by, it's ResCast TV. A buddy of mine put this stream together just not too long ago. We're trying to get things still put together, graphics, etc. And so things look a little, pardon our dust, it's just kind of how it goes right now. But we're hoping to bring you varied content on a regular basis. That's our goal. And the reason why we're doing that is to build kind of a really cool community. And so far, I've just started streaming over the last few weeks, and I've been really impressed with the kind of community that comes in here. It's very nice, kind of refreshing, actually. Everybody kind of pulls together around the games that they love. And it's been not just fun, but educational for me as an old noob, someone who's been playing this game for a long time off and on, but really never learned the game properly. So, very much enjoying it. Please feel free to click that follow button. And, you know, you'll know when we're online. Or don't, just hang out. Either which way, glad you're here. Off. Boom, right off the bat. What does that mean? Ay, caramba. Oops. Wow. Ah. This must be a big one. Giving me this many troubles. Yep, I knew that was coming. Dang it. That stinks. That doesn't. Oh, when it's red, that usually means something good. 3.5 million ISK. I'll take it. It's not a boatload, but I will definitely take it. Okay. Let's get to this cat over here. Max velocity. Afterburners. Unlock. Descan. Descan more often. That is one of my weaknesses. Thank you for joining the channel, by the way. I appreciate it coming and hanging out with us. I've gotten, that is two things. Number one, I don't cloak as often as, well, I don't cloak when I should. Sometimes I do, but I forget. I'm getting better at it now. Which is why I'm in an Imicus instead of my Astero right now, is because I'm trying to nail down those skills. And number two, I do not descan often enough. You are correct, and thank you. I do appreciate the assistance. "25 seconds, that's pretty quick. I know there's no mercy. Oh man. Hate those things. Descan, descan. are you? It's not there. Killing me here. There it is. D-scan, D-scan. A lot of explorers rely on 2 warp core stabs. Most explorers go to use faction scrams. Yeah, that was some of the first fits that I did were like that, where I had 2 stabs. And I got burned. Very quickly. So I did pile up a ship with 4 stabs, and what that did for me the other night is it let me get away from the single attacker that pounced on me because I was uncloaked. But then when I ran to a planet, top corner. Oh, sorry, too late. I got it. But so I ran to a planet. I managed to get away from him because I had 4 stabs. I ran to a couple of planets, and then I warped to the wormhole. And guess what happened? They were waiting for me at the wormhole. And they had, there was 3 of them. And they had bubbles and all kinds of party favors waiting for me. So, needless to say, I ended up in my clone. And I was flying a Vexor, and so that's where we are today, is I'm back in my Imicus, because until I learn how to properly man my D-scan and cloak every time I have an opportunity, I'm going to be stuck in my Imicus for right now, because that's cheap. But one of the ways I tend to learn is by breaking things. Doing things kind of in a stupid manner. And eventually it gets through my thick skull. That's not doing me any favors. So, first away from where you started. Interesting. This hack's not going so well. Yep. Something else I need to read up on is what's best to use where. There we go. I'll take all that. I'm also working on trying to move quicker. But it's tips like this. This is, so I call myself an old noob. I don't know if you were in here. I said this a while ago, because this alt I've had since 2011. But I'm an old noob because I would play the game and I never really connected with anybody, and so I would play it for a couple of months and I'd stop playing. I never learned anything. I mean, I learned how to do a little bit of in-station trading. I wasn't very good at it. And I learned how to mine the ever-living daylights out of Veldspar. So I'd sit there with my procurer, mining Veldspar. And, whoops. That came on a little too fast. So, that's all I did. And then this year I decided I really want to get into it. I did join Bovril last year, and then I quit because life got crazy busy, and I didn't have time. I don't know if I should have gone after that one just then. I shouldn't. Probably shouldn't have. This looks like a hard one. Let's see. Dang it. Oh, man. Oh, no. I'm done. This hack's gonna fail. go up here. Ah. Oh, let's try that again, shall we? I thought I was supposed to hit those things. Guess I was wrong. Oh, I didn't click it. Duh. Right? I just got my what do I do with this? My 20 or 30. Left click to use and left click on intended target. Okay. Oh, you have to set the target, right? Whoa, whoa, why is that hurting me? There we go. I don't know why I didn't take the first time. That's annoying. Great. My stream's lagging out. Okay, so I've had everybody tell me my stream is like really, really good so far, except a couple people. And so I've checked my bandwidth and I should be okay. My bit rate should be okay. And so then I've had people, the few people that had the problem, some of them were telling me that it's possible because I have a lower number of followers that Twitch doesn't give my traffic priority, or they only put it on one server. So I'm going to look into it and see what else I can find out, but I have been actively researching that for a few people, and then other people are fine, so. But thanks for letting me know, because, this is a brand new PC it's really super fast. My bandwidth here at home should be really, really good. Last time I checked it, it was good. So, but if there's anything, I'll keep researching it, because I want to hear that kind of stuff. Like, you know, may I ask, Taylor, where approximately are you located? Leave the nodes until last. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I think the only one I really want to take down. That's the only one I want to take down. The only one I want to take down is that one that boosts all the other nodes. That one needs to get taken out right away, right? Because that's annoying. English. Oh, England? That's awesome. So this is one of the reasons why I love streaming, is because people from all over the world can come into a channel. And one of the things that, once the kids are grown and out of the house, my wife and I want to do is, number one, we want to travel the U.S. I'm near Orlando, Florida, in the U.S. And so we want to travel the U.S., but we really want to go over to Europe. We want to go over to Europe to kind of trace back some of our ancestry. My wife and I are both Scottish, Irish, English, German, French, kind of like the mix. And the mix of different cultures and stuff like that. And so we're very interested in traveling and kind of, looking at the countries, and also, trying to get more information. It's very hard to get ancestry information once you cross an ocean. Leave the rest, okay. Dang it. No, that's 5, still 5. I guess this allows you to pick and choose which ones you want. So let's see. I'm going to go with the 50 here. Nice. Hey, there it is. Good strategy. 4 a.m. Yeah, so you guys are 6 hours-ish ahead of us, right? So 11, 5 hours ahead of us right now. And you're up watching my Eve stream. Thank you. You could be doing so many other things like sleeping. Oh, you're from Stockholm. Oh, hi from Stockholm, currently in Pakistan. Oh, I see. Oh, Lohadi. Lohadi. From Stockholm, currently in Pakistan. Welcome. Wow. I've never had anybody from Pakistan or Stockholm on the stream. Thank you for stopping by. See, this is awesome. So 2 mil. I better shut up and actually like grab the loot and run. Yeah? Okay, descan. I got my stuff in. Let's wormhole out. Slightly drunk. Well, you know, I mean that's nothing wrong with that. At 4 a.m. Maybe that's why you're up, because you're slightly drunk. That's all right. I destroy the English language all the time. Somebody's Vexer is in here. Oof. Got out of here just in time, maybe. Somebody's capsule's in here. That's not a good sign. I see a Vexer and I see a capsule. That's not a good sign. So, Lohadi, you're in Pakistan right now. That is fantastic. From Stockholm. So, let's see. I'm trying to think. What time is it there? Because you're further east than, than Taylor is. So it must be way early. Way early there. I'm super glad you guys stopped by. Feel free to follow. We're going to be putting out regular content. If you look down below the channel, there's not a whole lot there because we just started up. It's a buddy of mine and I. He does a lot of iRacing and some other games. In the past, he's done WoW, Skyrim, just a whole bunch of games. And I'm going to be doing a lot of Eve because that's my primary. And then other games I like X-Plane. Trying to get a community going, maybe have a community team speak. Yep, that's in the plans as well. I appreciate the suggestion. That's definitely something we want to do. What I've been so impressed with, because I've only been streaming for about 3 weeks. I started my own channel, and then my buddy who has been streaming for several months, we just got to talking and said, you know what? We both have families. We're both kind of busy, so why don't we share the burden of generating regular content and just create a channel? Excuse me. And so that's what we're doing here. Pronounce my name right. Lahadi is correct? Oh. You know what? So I'm going to tell you, I'm not going to say like my name on the stream, but I will say that I also have a name that is extremely difficult to say. Well, I wouldn't say extremely, but people, my own family gets my name wrong. They spell it wrong. So yeah, so I do understand that, and I'm glad you're here. Rez, are you in a corp? So Taylor, right now I am actually in the scope. Last year I joined during the time I played last year. I joined Bovril, which is part of Brave, and because I was interested in mining. I've done almost no PvP, and I am interested in it down the road. But right now the business and industry side and exploration side of Eve kind of interests me more. And so, Lohadi, welcome. Thank you so much for the follow. That's awesome. I really appreciate it. So I stopped playing just before I kind of hooked up with anybody to learn things about the game, and then they kicked me out for inactivity. I found out when I came back online just about a month ago. And before I renewed my sub to Eve, I went out to the Brave Reddit, and wow, was there insanity going on, because that was the whole coup about to happen, and then it did happen, and I was like, what in the world's happening? So then I logged in and saw that I had actually been booted, so it didn't really affect me anymore. But so I just kind of decided that between the stream and everybody that's been in the stream has been so helpful, and I've gotten everything from, I've gotten donations, I've gotten just literally guiding me through doing things, reminding me, hey, you're not cloaked, to people telling me, hey, just so you know, I would have popped you you know, in, like you said, I would have popped you in 25 seconds if you'd gone out in that. I loaded up an Astero before I had covert, before I had a covert cloak, before I had the skill to do that. And one of the cats in the stream said, you know, if you go out on that, somebody like me would find you and take you out. So, oh, I don't have TeamSpeak installed right now. Limited power. That's okay. So, oh, I see. TS.limited. I'm sorry. I don't even really know how to properly set up Nightbot for that yet. I've been working on the art, and my buddy's the one that knows more about setting up Nightbot and everything. But I will be learning it. Join my TeamSpeak and I'll talk to you. Okay, I appreciate it. I can't do it tonight because I actually have to get off stream here. I was scheduled to be on until 11, and I actually have a meeting with another friend of mine online. But I hope that you'll follow through, follow the stream, maybe swing back by again. I've been on since midnight Eve time, and but I would definitely, I'm taking any help I can get. I've learned more from the Twitch community here in two and a half, 3 weeks than I've learned in all my time playing Eve before that. And so I'm super grateful for all of that, and I very much appreciate it. So let's see, how did I do on my cargo? Let's pop out here and see. Let me save that off, though. Let me save that TeamSpeak off so I've got it. Hang on a second. You guys will pardon me just a moment. Oh, I missed who followed. Let's see, who did? Taylor. Oh, thank you for following. Okay, cool. Awesome. I appreciate it. Okay. No. Okay, so. Whoops. .UK. So I will say this, Taylor, you're from England, and I am in the wrong screen. Why am I in the wrong screen? There we are. "4 years you lived in wormholes? They're easy to understand." Okay, that's awesome. Yeah, I will definitely take people up on any information I can get and habits I can get. Like, I have a bad habit of not hitting D-scan fast enough and not cloaking. And I know there's a lot more. I've learned a lot in terms of, like tonight somebody showed me that I don't have to go digging up the website to go look up a wormhole system to see if it's what class it is. You can actually just look at the text. And if it says unknown parts of space, that's class 1 to class 3. And if it says dangerous parts of space, that's class 4 to class 6. And obviously I'm only interested in C1 to C3. Okay, in-game Lucky Lucy. Okay. I will add you right after the stream is over. Whoops. Alright, so it looks like we did alright tonight. I mean, almost, 9 million ISK. If I can turn it into that or something close to it, I'll be happy. I will say that I worked 3 hours to get that. I don't know what's been going on lately. I don't know if I'm just hitting sites that have already been cleaned out, or what. But almost every relic, literally, I found a bunch of relic sites tonight. Probably 5 or 6, and every single one except for one of them was sleeper. So at least I found one. I'm happy. But oh, deleted link. Sorry, Taylor. I really don't know how to change that. Let me see. By the color too. Ah, really? I knew the color had something. I thought it had to do with something about how, like, your ships that you could put in. Okay. I think I added you to the regular viewers list. think. So, Lahadi, I got a question for you. What's it like in Pakistan right now? What time is it there? Whoops. Wow. It's a wormhole you're going into. Okay. Cobalt, I got you on the regular viewers list, I think. We'll see. Oh, what was that sound? Did somebody just come through the wormhole? Is that what I just heard? Let's find a... There are no stations in here. Okay.
Warp drive active.
Huh. Must be jelly because jam don't shake. Oh, someone jumped, yeah. I do not have an in-game channel. That's another thing I've seen some people do. Is this you here, Taylor?
Warp drive active.
I'm guessing that's probably you.
Docking permission requested. Docking request accepted.
All right. Contact added. Okay, let's see. All of them are you? That's funny. Okay, I got my buddy hailing me now, so I can go chat with him. All right, guys. Well, listen, I appreciate you guys stopping by, especially those of you that made the our late night, like 4 in the morning, or however late it is in Pakistan. I don't even know what time it is there. I'm super glad you guys stopped by and that you followed. Like I said, it's a channel a buddy of mine and I are putting together. So we're gonna have different content. My buddy's Preacher Man 23. He'll be running the channel sometimes, and I should be on several times a week as well. My primary is going to be Eve, although I might occasionally play something a little different. I hope to see you all here again soon, and I hope you guys have a wonderful evening. And I can't thank you guys enough. Miss Lucky, Lucy, one, Dr. Lucy, those are all you. Wow. Okay. But I have to go head off. Again, I appreciate your help, and everybody that followed Taylor, Lohadi, thank you. And again, I hope to see you guys here soon. Cobalt, I haven't seen you chat for a little while, so I don't know if you're busy having a Nerf gun war with your kids or what have you, but I'm going to go ahead and log off for the night now that Preacher Man 23, my buddy, is here. So I'm going to go have a chat with him, and I'm going to call it a night. And I don't know what our weekend schedule is going to be yet. We've kind of gotten a weekday schedule set up, so we may or may not be on. One of us may or may not be on tomorrow night or Sunday, but we are definitely going to be looking for regular content, and so look for us soon. And you guys have a wonderful night, or in some of your cases, in Pakistan and England, a wonderful morning, and try to get some sleep. And we will talk to you guys soon. Thanks again for watching. Taylor, I certainly will, for sure. I've got you in my contacts list. I really appreciate it. I've been so surprised. I guess I shouldn't say surprised, but I'll be honest, I am a little surprised at how willing people are to help out, and it is super appreciated. And so I probably will hit you up. For those of you that actually live in wormhole space for a length of time, your knowledge is invaluable to me right now, so I will take it. So you guys have a wonderful evening / morning, and we'll see you on the flip side. Thanks a lot for watching.